Welcome to the Weston Yard. I'm Trevor Smith, Design and Education Manager, and it is fall planting season. So I'm just going to talk to you about why we like to plant in fall and why you should plant in fall. We're in New England, so fall color, of course. The ornamental value of berries, of course. But here are 5 different reasons why horticulturally you want to plant in fall. First reason, soil temperatures are optimal. Because we've had summer, the soil is nice and warm. Nice warm soil means nice rooting conditions, so the plants can root out better actually in the fall than they do in the spring. The second reason why you want to do this is the cool nights and cooler days. So with the cooler days, you have less evaporation in the soil, which means less watering, which means optimal root conditions. So your plants will definitely root out better for spring and be better prepared for spring. So there will also be less stress on the plant because the daytime temperatures aren't so high, and those cool night conditions provide a nice, comfortable environment for that plant to get established. It is the perfect time for your fall planting. Okay, so 1 and 2, we've talked about the cooler temps, we've talked about the warmer soil, optimal rooting conditions. One other benefit of fall, number 3, is there are fewer pests. The pest activity dies down in the fall. Many of the what we call pests, or many of the nibbling insects, have now laid their eggs and have kind of moved on, and the eggs will not emerge until next year. So the pest pressure not only is less due to the life cycle of the insect, but it also is reduced due to those cooling temperatures within the fall. So you have a better chance of having less stress from pests on your plants at this time of year. So one of my favorite reasons for fall planting, which you will learn more about if you tune in September 10th for Designing with the Seasons. There is a presentation all about how to design your landscape and things to think about in the landscape through the seasons. But now let me get to my favorite piece. If your budget doesn't allow you to do a full-on garden planting, or if your favorite spring perennials are not necessarily available in fall, one way to break up your garden so it doesn't necessarily look like a construction site for the rest of the year is to get the bones in. And by the bones, I mean get your trees and shrubs in now. They are going to love these conditions. You are going to want them to root out and get well established moving forward. Perennials are going to be available next spring. So go with the bones. This is the best way to break up your budget. Next season, you're going to have a whole other tax return under your belt. So you'll have some money that you can finish off your project. But like I said, this is the way to do your project so it doesn't look like a construction site perpetually. You will have that structure. If you're doing a foundation planting, you will be bringing your house into scale with the landscape. And as I said, you're getting this in now. These will be well established by next year. Now, beyond the bones, which is usually the winter element, the fall element is actually usually where I start with when I'm working a landscape. So right here we have Calethra. It has a wonderful fragrant flower in July and is one of my favorites for its fragrance. But why I like it even more is it turns a bright gold in the fall, which is excellent. We just saw back before that we were looking at the viburnums, which usually turn a deep red or a sunset orange. If you left it just the shrubs, it would look amazing. So think of that as like the structure of your cake, and then come spring, you come in, you buy up all of your perennials, and now you're frosting and decorating your cake. And that is one of the ways I love to break up a landscape when we start getting into the other end of the season. So, all of you with big landscape dreams, fall is the perfect time to shop the clearance section. Fall is the perfect time to come to your nursery and start purchasing your plants, because everything you're going to find is going to be at a discounted price, and discount on top of discount when you're talking clearance. So if you have big dreams and a small budget, fall is definitely the time you want to take yourself to the nursery. Take a look at the clearance section, check it out, find something that works for you, and then also shop the floor, because you will find plants in excellent condition and perfect for your yard to take home. And fall is the perfect time for a deep discount, because you can maximize your dollar with all the discounts that Weston Nurseries is giving on their trees and shrubs and perennials during the fall season. So if you have big plans, if you have big ideas, but you're on a budget, fall is definitely the time to tackle that. Okay, so come on in for fall planting season. And just remember, these are the reasons why you want to be here and why you want to be here now. Soil conditions, optimal. Air conditions, optimal. Pest conditions, optimal because of the reduced pest pressure. And don't forget setting the bones for your garden. Trees and shrubs are the great way to bring structure and intention to a garden, even a garden that is in process. And don't forget to shop the clearance section. So come on in, get your bones, get those in, get them established, and then come back in the spring to find the perennials that aren't necessarily available now. It is fall time. For Weston Nurseries, I'm Trevor Smith. I'll see you in the next video.